This is the DJI Neo. It's the Fly More pack, and you can pick it up for £299 in the UK, or you can just buy the drone on its own for £169.
Now hang on, JP, what are you talking about drones for on a music channel?
Well, I bought this with my own money. DJI didn't send it to me, and the reason why I'm talking about it is because I'm actually going to use it for music content. Bear with me.
Just walking around this town, where you out? Just walking around this town, where you out? Please slow down and hold my hand, and I can show you that it's not all bad, 'cause walking around this town seems to wear you out.
Now, I've always liked those drone shots. You know, the guy standing on a mountain or just being by the beach and the thing goes round you and you can see it just going round the subject. I really like those shots. Now, yes, I bought the Fly More pack. The whole reason was to actually get this thing. Now, I also get with it a remote control, and that's fine because maybe in the future I'll fly it like that. Maybe that's how DJI get you in to the DJI world. I don't know. But the reason I wanted to get this is because this gives you, it says about 15 minutes, but let's be honest, it's probably about 10, 12 minutes of flight time. If you're filming a music video, you're going to need more than that. You're going to need lots of different footage, and then this has got 22 gigs of storage. You plug it in by USB-C, and then you download it to your phone or your iPad or your computer. The other reason for getting this is because this is the first battery pack DJI do where it charges all 3 batteries at the same time as long as you're using the right wattage. But the other thing it does, which I didn't even realize until I got it, is that if you press the power button, you can turn this into a power bank for something else. So if your phone's low on battery, you've got these and you're not going to be using them today, but they're in your bag, you've got a power bank with you. Now, I know there'll be 1,000 DJI Neo videos out there explaining how to work this thing, but it's incredibly simple. You don't need to use the phone, you don't need to use the controller, you can just take it with you, put it into a certain mode. There's 6 modes at the top, and then we just press the button.
Drony.
You can hear it saying
Circle. Rocket. Spotlight. Direction track. Follow.
So you've got follow mode, direction track, all these little things. That other one,
Drony. Circle.
circle, that's where it goes round you. And then you've got other ones that you can customize in the app. And that's the whole point. Just put it up, throw it up, do the thing, put it back down, and then it lands in the palm of your hand, which is really, really cool. So the question is right now, does it look like I've got a drone on me? No, it's actually here. It's actually in this pocket. It's right there. See it? That's what I like about it. I like the fact you don't have to take an entire case of stuff with you to actually just get some footage. And that is going to be good for me, using it for travel and using it for picking up extra bits and bobs. But at the same time, if we're going to be using it to capture a music video, I could actually have the drone in this pocket and the extra batteries in this pocket, and my phone's going to be in my normal pocket anyway. So things like this, this is why it's a little bit of a game changer for creating content. Okay, so I've just put my phone on a fence right now, and I've got the drone here, and I'm going to use it without anything, without the controller, without the phone, just because I'm using the phone to record. So what we do is you put it in a certain mode and just press that button.
Drony. Circle. Rocket. Spotlight.
So I'm going to put it in spotlight so it just stays where it is. And you hold that same button down to confirm. So if I hold it down,
Spotlight.
there we go.
3,
3, 2, 1.
1.
And it'll stay where it is. And if I move around, it follows me. It's really, really simple. To bring it down, all I need to do is put my hand underneath it, and it automatically lands. It's really, really cool. One thing is, I'm very aware that obviously it makes a lot of noise. So when I hit record and there's people going past, I'm a bit conscious of it. Now, of course, I picked the day that it's raining and it's windy to do this video. Just typical, isn't it? Okay, whilst in a medium gust, this thing is obviously very light. It's something like 135 grams. So being able to film and keep it steady, it'd be great on a really still day. But as you can probably see, if I just stand still for a second, you can see the trees and the wind, and you can see it all blowing and blustering away. You probably even hear it as well. Oh, good timing, wind. So hopefully now I should be using this app, and hopefully it can hear me, but you can't hear the drone. Now I've put the drone a little bit high, and I'm moving backwards. And the thing with this drone is that it'll just follow you. It's so good. I'm actually using the app to obviously so you can pick up my voice, and hopefully it's going to take out the AI. It's really weird when it makes different noises because I'm not used to it. It just went, and I'm like, what was that? And it's just adjusting itself. But it seems to be following me. It seems to be okay. And then we'll see what it's like. Hopefully, we can use this footage, and we'll find out. So I'm just going to run a little bit. See if it catches up. I'm sure it will. Poor little drone getting put through the paces of the wind and the rain. But I can see it on the app, which is reassuring. So I know it's there. No, it hasn't flown off into someone's garden. There we go. There it is. Hi. This is a lot of fun. Okay, so to land it, we can use the app and just land it, or I can put my hand underneath. So I'm going to try and do this now. Yeah, who are you looking at? This looks kind of cool. It's a bit far, so I'm just going to stop it for a sec and change the distance. Okay, so this is direction track on the medium setting. Just move over slightly. Whoop, there we go. And it's trying to figure out where I'm going. It's doing a pretty good job. There is a tree just there, and I'm just worried about it moving. Now, of course, if I was doing a music video, I wouldn't be walking this slow. Maybe I am. We could do, obviously, certain bits, but let's just do this. I'm singing right now. Oh, yeah. Okay, that looks pretty good. That's all right. I'm going to stop it again, and we're going to go to the close one. Okay, so this is direction track close, where it gets really close. And this isn't bad. It's not too bad at all. We're filming in 4K 30. If I move slightly this way, yeah, see that jump then? Really, you've got to be really straight. Now, I'm walking on a windy path right now, so it's a bit wobbly. If I did this maybe on a wider area with the beach and stuff, then maybe you get a better look. So we'll see what this looks like, obviously, when we get back onto footage. In fact, you're going to be able to see it right now. The great thing is it is tracking me. It's continuing to track me. This is great for vloggers, but also if we're going to do a music video, whoa, wobbly. No, this way, little buddy. There we go. Yeah, so we just walked into a path just open there. Gust of wind just took it. And I shouldn't really be flying it in this wind, so I'm going to stop. So we're now in follow mode, and what I'm deliberately trying to do is I'm trying to kill the battery. Now, I've seen loads of people crash these things, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to get something out with the battery. Now, obviously, it's following me. Just put my hood up because it is raining a bit, but poor Neo is in the rain right now. So I'm screen recording right now, so you can see what it sees and what I see on here. There are little controls. If I bring up the controls, I can control it manually. But it's doing a pretty good job. It's just following me right now. We're in an more open space. This is a more open track than the windy path I was on before. I'm walking back to where it is. It says low battery, return to home promptly. The reason why we're doing this kind of video is because I want to show you what happens, while you're making your music video and you're low on battery. Hence why I actually bought the Fly More pack, not for the controller, but for the extra batteries, which I don't have with me. I've only got one battery with me. The others are back at home, but it's only a couple of minutes to home from here. So here we go, 45 seconds, return to home promptly. Now, when it flies, it actually puts a GPS location of where it took off from. But I'm
critically low battery warning.
Here we go, critical low battery warning, 39 seconds, 9% battery, so it gives us about 30-ish minutes, based on wind and obviously all that kind of stuff. Let's see what happens. It just basically, if it crashes, I'm just going to try and find a space where there's no water. It is struggling right now, 7%. Low battery landing. So it says low battery aircraft is currently in a landing mode. So it will land on its own. So here we go.
Critically low battery warning.
Okay, so it landed on its own. It actually landed on the ground. As you can see now, it's freaking out because it's got less than 4% battery. So that's worth noting. That's worth obviously figuring out. That's quite good. It doesn't automatic land. It'll try and do a return to home, but then if it can't, or you're going from point A to point B, it'll land just where it is. Just obviously don't have it, over water when that happens or anything like that. Have it in a safe environment so it lands and it's fine. It needs a new battery, poor little thing. And just, I think with a bit more movement, it figures out, oh, you're going that way, and that's fine. So I could sing my song like, na da da da. I obviously wouldn't have this here, or you could use it as a reference. So I go 1, 2, 3, obviously clap my hands, 1, 2, 3, there we go. I've got about 2 minutes left on the battery because I've been messing with it. I've got other batteries in my pocket. And then I put this down and go. Okay. If you had another device with you, like a speaker that's playing your song, then you wouldn't have an issue. You'd be able to sing the track back whilst doing this, or whilst it's spinning around you, or whilst it's doing a helix, or while it's going straight up in the air. Okay. Then what we'd do is we'd stop this and we'd sync up the audio from that with the audio that we've used on this as well. So the key thing to remember with this is that this has no audio itself. There's no microphones on it. That audio you heard before is the audio from the phone. So what we'd need to do is have a way of syncing up the audio for the music video. With each battery, do 3 different locations and just do the whole video with this. That way you'd know it's the whole video, the whole music video, and then you could chop it up accordingly. Oh, right, so got in, just taking the coat off, brought this back, still got some rain spots on it. And here's a clever little thing. Obviously, you can transfer the information from this over to your mobile phone in the app, but even in when this is completely dead, you can use a USB-C to USB-C connection, and then it just boots up like a hard drive. That's really cool, even if you don't have the battery connected. So I'm going to put the battery back in there, and we're going to put that back on charge. And then if I just connect this up by USB-C, and then it would help if I undid the cable. Let's just use my iPad and let's just connect this back up. So as you plug this in now, and I'm making a right hash of this, there we go. So if I plug this in, see that little flashy? It's just like a memory stick. It just flashes and it's there. And then if I go into files, I can actually see internal storage and it's all here. So then I can transfer it and move it, no problem. Now the internal storage is around 20 or 22 gigabytes, and you need to be aware that if you use the audio feature where you're talking, that takes an audio file as well as a video file, so it obviously will take up more storage. Downsides is probably just the video quality. I'd probably say the video quality is good enough for social media and that's all fine, and that's probably all I'm going to use it for. But if you're looking to getting into drones, you're spending £1,000, £800 on a drone, and if you've never flown one before and you lose it, that's a huge loss. This is £169, and that is its advantage. It's a selfie drone. It's a flying selfie stick at the end of the day. And the great thing is the software from DJI's bigger drones has kind of fallen down into this. Their technology, where if you use it with this, it uses obviously the Fly More system or the Fly system, which is really, really clever. So you have that advantage of getting into the window of flying drones if you want to. Electric car users have what they call range anxiety when they get low on battery. I certainly had range anxiety just having one battery, so having 2 extra batteries, that would certainly help. Having those extra batteries, it says 15-minute flight time, but let's be honest, by the time you've flown it up, got into position, done what you need to do, and then put it back down again, you're really looking at 10 minutes. So that is going to give you half an hour, and then half an hour of footage before you have to charge it again. Of course, if you've got a battery pack, I've got a big battery pack here, which is USB-C out. I could plug it into here and charge these up, which means I've got another half an hour of flight time on these batteries. So as you can see here, that one was pretty much dead, and then I've got these 2 still active. So the idea is we've got a 3 or 4 minute song. This will fly up for about 10-12 minutes. We mime the full song, and then while this is flying or moving around you, or you're playing as well, and then whilst it's doing its thing, you mime, and then you edit it up with the song that you've got in post afterwards. You're gonna have to let me know what you think about this. For £169, I couldn't even really buy a phone that's got a camera on that could do this at that price, brand new, unless you're buying something second hand. And then it's just got some cool little features. You can just use it for content. If you maybe walking into town, you want to fly it with you. Obviously, there's a noise issue with that, and you don't want people to go, what on earth is that? And they probably will. I just love the idea of using this in a really unique way. I'll be using it for a personal point where me and my wife will be traveling to different locations, and then we'll just throw this up, go, wow, wasn't that a cool location? And then bring it back down again. As I said before, this is not sponsored by DJI. I hope they see it because it's just using it in a different way. But I'd like to thank my wife because she said to me, would you like a drone for your birthday? And my birthday's not until December, but I said, well, they've just brought this out and it'd be cool to try it and see what it's like. So she very kindly bought this for me. Thank you, baby. Of course, if you think this is a cool idea and you want to go and buy one of these, I've put a link in the description box to obviously go and get the DJI Neo, little Neo. If you do click on the link, then it's an affiliated link, which helps with the channel, but at no extra cost to you. Now that's using drones. If you want to see how I made an entire music video with just my phone and a gimbal, then have a look at this video, and then that one is the video you need to watch because that's what is up there and that's what I put up there. Drone.